Amy Eason is a Central Otago rugby referee. Now, before the big semi-final last weekend, Wakatip up against Alexandra, they met the week before in a round-robin game at Molyneux Park in Alexandra. And Amy became the first woman to ever referee a Central Otago Premier men's game. She joins us. Amy, good morning.
Good morning.
Where did rugby start for you?
Oh, we'll probably go back to the late 90s, early 2000s. Sitting at home on the couch with my dad watching footy. Probably that'd be where it all started for me.
Where's hometown?
Referee, so Central North Island between Rotorua and Taupo.
And how long have you been down here in Central?
Just over 7 years now. My husband and I came down here. Only supposed to be for 3 months. And, the rest is history.
Yeah, that story's out there, isn't it? Everywhere.
Yep, sure is.
My wife and I came here for 6 months to work a winter and bugger off overseas, but we've been here 36 years now.
Oh, well, there you go, yeah. Just can't get enough of the place, though.
And rugby, what role did that play in your life in those early days?
It wasn't a major part in the early days, just through high school and that. Obviously, I couldn't play. The school wasn't big enough for a girls' team, so it was just kind of watching it. But then when I went to university in Palmerston North, I played for a couple of seasons there. I was always one of the smallest on the field, took a few head knocks, and unfortunately got told those were my playing days done. So
when did refereeing start to appeal to you?
Would have been about 2013 after I moved up to Hamilton after university. I did 3 years there in the Waikato, and then I had a big hiatus, as you call it, for 6 years, which involved moving down here. And then, a couple of years ago here, I got massive FOMO watching Super Rugby and thought I'd get back into it.
And what did that take for you here in Central Otago? I guess a little bit different to what you were used to up in the North Island?
Yeah, the North Island, the crowds are a little bit more vocal. They express their opinions a lot more. Down here is a lot easier, I find, to referee. The referee community is a lot closer knit, I feel, and there's a lot more help out there. So I found getting back into it pretty easy.
And what about for a woman making their way as a rugby referee in Central Otago? How have you found that?
When I say getting back into it was easy, I think being a female, definitely, it does make it hard. Like, the first time I went to a meeting, there's 20 guys and then just me. But I found them to be really welcoming, and I find players, especially men, tend to be a lot more respectful of a female referee, which does make it a bit easier.
We know the other weekend, prior to the big semi-final between Wakatip and Alex the week before in a round-robin game, you became the first Central Otago woman to referee a men's Premier grade here. Tell us about starting out, and at what level did you start to ref here in Central and ending up refereeing that game the other weekend?
Yeah, right. My first year refereeing down here was last year. I just did a few, high school Colts games under 16. That was the main one I did. I did a couple of rep pre-season games, like Otago under 18, stuff like that. A few girls games. And then this season I made it a goal to get into first 15, which I've now had about 4 games, I think. And also travelled to Metro Dunedin and do some Premier Women's, which about a month ago I ended up doing the final between Dunedin and Alhambra Union, which was incredible. And then Premier was just the icing on the cake, Premier Men's, really. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, obviously there'd been eyes on you.
Yes, I'd had a few guys down in Dunedin watching me and giving me feedback, and everything was just so positive, and I just kept working for it, and, it got rewarded in the end.
So prior to that first game between Wakatip and Alex, did you prepare any different, say, compared to preparing for a first 15 game? Not a massive amount. I tried to get to know a few more names of the players, so on the field I could address them a bit, like I knew them a bit better. But no, I tried not to change too much because I knew in the past it had worked, so I didn't want to do anything new in case it didn't. And how were you feeling prior to running out on that game?
Oh, I was a mess. I was a bit of a nervous wreck. My husband was like, Well, he said I didn't seem that much more stressed out, but I definitely felt it. But I had a good crew there. I had James, Stu, and Bryce there. You know, some boys from Central, and they were just amazing. They just made it so much easier. And then as soon as you blow that game, that start whistle, it's just game on. You forget about the nerves.
And what about the attitude from the players?
Oh, no, they were good. They were really good. They challenged me a couple of times, especially Alex, you know, because they ended up not putting any points on the board. So, you know, yeah, they asked the question, but they respected my answers and the reasons for doing things, and I got a standing ovation from them in the club rooms afterwards. So, hey, I must have done all right.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. What about the attitude of the spectators? You know, I've stood on the sideline for a number of years here, and it can get pretty edgy. You know, referees are not the favourite people for those spectators on the sidelines, depending how the game's going for their team that they're supporting. So how'd you find the spectators?
Oh, exactly. At the end of the day, there's always going to be one team that doesn't like you, unfortunately. Sometimes both, if it ends in a draw. On the day, I didn't really hear anything from the crowd. It's something I've learnt definitely in the last few seasons. I've done it last season that I did in the Waikato. Had a good coach up there. You kind of you learn to just tune out to them, and it's a point now where I get to the end of 80 minutes and everyone's like, oh, the crowd was doing this, saying this, and you're like, I didn't hear a thing. So that's good.
So what are the dreams and aspirations now?
This season I'd love to get out an assistant referee, Farrah Palmer Cup Women's NPC. Eventually I'd like to get in the middle, take control of one of those. I think being involved in the men's NPC would be really cool. And then, it's probably the dream of a lot of female referees is to do a women's test match would be awesome. The icing on the cake, for sure.
My daughter in Auckland informs me that there is a bit of a historical moment happening this weekend in international rugby. Is it the Irish female referee is refereeing, is it South Africa v Portugal, I think?
To be honest, I haven't actually seen, but it wouldn't surprise me. There's some incredible women out there. You know, we've got Maggie Cocker-Orr. She's just insane, and she's just making grounds. I think last year she refereed men's NPC. She was out in the middle, and when I saw her do that, I was like, you know what, this is just opened up a gateway for women's refereeing.
Yeah, my daughter knows more about rugby than me, so I'm sure she's right. She did mention it to me during the week. So obviously, that aside, here locally and across the country, there are clear pathways.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot going on behind the scenes now as well to push women's refereeing a lot more than what it was a few seasons ago. And you just got to work hard for it and speak up, and say what you want and what your goals are. And there's so many people out there that are willing to help.
Well, Amy, it's nice to catch up. Congratulations on breaking that glass ceiling there for women's referees and put you on the spot. Who's the winner of today's big grand final, the Rams or the Armadillos?
Oh,
Can the Armadillos go back-to-back?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past them. I'm going to be there doing subs control tomorrow, so it's going to be a great game. Either way, it's going to be awesome.
Sit on the fence like me.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. After last season's final, anything can happen.
Great, Amy. Thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. Appreciate your time.